Ladies and gentlemen, some way, somehow, this year freaking flew by. Like, in an instant, you snapped your fingers and you went from January to December. But surprisingly, this year had some pretty great games for the Nintendo Switch, even though it's allegedly the last year for the Nintendo Switch. So in this video, we'll be going over the best Nintendo Switch games coming out December 2024. Let's go and get right into this video. This one was pretty hard to make because there's really not that much stuff coming out in December. I spent a few hours going down every single game that has been announced for Nintendo Switch in December, one by one, and I've handpicked 10 games, but I kind of wish there was more.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Nintendo Switch games for the month of December, in the year 2024, that would be pretty cool, I'm just saying. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would really mean the world to me, and let's just go and get right into it. So the first game needs no introduction. If you grew up playing on crappy home computers like I did, your family computer that you don't know really where it came from, but some way, somehow you had a computer, yeah, there was only one game you wanted to play, and that was Rollercoaster Tycoon. And we have Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic coming to the Nintendo Switch in December. This might go down as the greatest Nintendo Switch game of all time. If you grew up playing these games, then you know how addicting they can be. And it's almost therapeutic, like you just kind of take your time and you really want to make your theme park work right. You want to build the rides and you want to set up vendors and you want to make sure you're not charging people too much, but still making a profit, and you just want to keep building and building. But then, if you're like me, your dark side comes out and you build a roller coaster that is missing a few pieces. So, yeah, man, pretty exciting stuff. So one of the biggest games coming out in December is FANTASIAN Neo Dimension. And when they first showed this off in the Nintendo Direct, I got very excited right away because I initially thought that the main character, or one of the main characters, was 2B from Nier Automata. So I was thinking, oh my god, a new Nier Automata game? This is amazing. But then as the trailer started going on, I realized that wasn't who this is, or that's not the right game. I don't really know much about this game. It does seem like it's going to be pretty solid though. The father of Final Fantasy, Hironobu Sakaguchi, and renowned composer Nobuo Uematsu return to deliver an original RPG story. So I'm sure I just butchered those names, but if those people are working on this game, then in my opinion, it's definitely a game worth checking out. The protagonist, Leo, awakens with only one memory left to him in a strange land abundant with machines. This one really doesn't look too bad. Now let's talk about a game called Savant, Ascent Remix. Play as an alchemist as you survive this wild ride through a robot-infested tower. Unlock powerful spells and acrobatics to blast your way through a mechanical horde. Unlock your true potential as you ascend. Obtain the ability to grab your enemies and absorb their powers. Boost your magic with a Philosopher's Stone, a terrible artifact that breathes life into inanimate objects. This tower never ends. Rise to the assembly and face off against the laser sharks. Find yourself in the darkness of the catacombs. Fight invaders among the stars as you ascend the tower to your ultimate opponent, the Immortal Samurai. So, yeah, this one looks like it's going to be pretty fun as well. And a great thing about this game is it's fully priced at $7.49. Now let's talk about a cool little game I found called Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island. The gods are real. They've just been on vacation. You're Alex, a rookie backpacker taking a much-needed break from modern life. Your trip is interrupted when you are suddenly shipwrecked on Ambrosia Island, a beautiful long-forgotten place of myth and sunshine. It's home of the gods of Greek mythology. They're real after all, even if they are having an identity crisis. Can you discover the secrets of Ambrosia Island in this sun-drenched, friend-em-up adventure? And from what I understand is, this game has a couple things going for it. Like first you need to explore the island, and then once you explore the island, you'll run into some of these Greek gods, and then they will send you on challenges to find treasure and lost forgotten memories, and you'll make friends with them and you can talk to them. It seems like a relaxing, chill game. I think this game is probably going to fly under the radar, but if you do get a chance to check it out, I do feel like it's going to be a sleeper hit at the same time. Now let's talk about Westild's Law, at least that's how I think it's pronounced. Westild's Law offers dynamic shootouts where you must cleverly use every element of your arsenal to achieve victory. Throw dynamite to clear your path, or send enemies flying. You can throw your weapon at your enemies to stun them when ammo runs low, and then take their weapons. Also, when the situation gets critical, activate Ultra Sense. Slow down time and enhance your abilities to showcase the power of the hero. Embark on adventures through 48 levels. So yeah man, 48 levels. That's awesome. Each offering unique challenges. Prepare for epic battles with every step, and every shot writes history and Westild's law. Become a Wild West legend. Are you ready to take on this challenge? This kind of reminds me of like an old Flash game or something, but this one actually looks pretty fun. I love games like this. They're not the biggest and best games, but from start to finish, you're probably going to enjoy yourself. And again, this game is very cheap. This is fully priced at $5.99. Do you know the greatest Wild West legend of all time? You may think Billy the Kid or Jesse James, but it's really Will Smith. Now let's talk about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. In Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, the team faces off against a robotic reincarnation of the Power Rangers' longtime nemesis. Robo Rita has conjured a portal to send herself back in time, so she can finally vanquish the Power Rangers by forming an alliance with her younger self. Working together, Robo Rita and Rita Repulsa rewind, rewrite, and remix the past in an attempt to stop the very formation of the Power Rangers, altering the course of history. Now, if you were to ask me what I would do with a time machine, I don't know if I would go back in time to beat up the Power Rangers, but to each their own, right? Will the two Ritas and their army of monstrous enemies from across the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger timeline finally succeed in destroying the Power Rangers? Or will these teenagers with attitude encounter this catastrophic chronological collaboration? This game actually looks great. I like how it has that 90s aesthetic going for it. I grew up watching the Power Rangers. I always liked the Green Ranger best, but I think the actor who played the Green Ranger grew up and ended up murdering somebody, so yeah, shame on him, right? So another exciting game, which is technically games, coming out in December is Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. Experience the epic conflict of Kain and Raziel in original form or with remastered graphics, and this includes Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2. Centuries after your former master Kain betrays and executes you, you rise again and embark on a relentless quest for revenge. Slay your former vampire brethren with your claws, bolts of telekinetic energy, and the elemental wraith blade. Grow stronger by devouring the souls of your enemies. The Elder God has granted you the ability to shift between the spectral and material realms, traverse the realms to solve puzzles, reveal new paths, and defeat your foes. So I actually don't think I've ever played Legacy of Kain games. I remember, what was it? Probably the PS2, I'm thinking. Or maybe the PlayStation 1. I don't know. I don't know when these games came out, but I remember these games from a long time ago. I never personally got to experience them, but I do know people absolutely love this franchise. So this is really cool seeing this pop up on the Switch. They probably could have did this a long time ago, but I think they're doing it for the 25th anniversary, so this is coming to the Switch, and that's pretty cool. Now let's talk about Victory Heat Rally. Power slide at breakneck speeds through a dynamic and vibrant 2.5D world. Brought to life with pixel-perfect visuals. Crank up that volume. Every time I read the words crank up, all I can think about is Soulja Boy. So yeah, man. Crank up the volume with a soundtrack featuring banging beats, scorching guitar solos, and high-octane energy that really bring the heat to Victory Heat Rally. Experience the high-speed action and non-stop drifting thrills either solo or in up to 4-player split screen, which is pretty cool. With 12 superstar drivers and their machines to choose from, who will you blaze a path to victory with? Victory Heat Rally features dozens of stages across 12 unique environments, from the sun-drenched beaches of Baytona Beach to the glacial tundras of Frostbite Harbor. You'll be breaking speed limits across the globe. Essentially, it looks like an arcade racer, but these graphics look freaking amazing. And while making this video, it's kind of putting in perspective now that a lot of newer games are starting to go with older aesthetics like the 90s and early 2000s, because those are timeless graphics and timeless aesthetics. So that's actually making me pretty happy. Now let's talk about a game called Maki, Paw of Fury. Beat 'em up and retro arcade game enjoyers, welcome to the world of Pangea. When a friend gets captured, Maki comes to her rescue. Fight your way through 5 diverse locations, with funky fresh minigames and conquer the dangerous opponents that stand in your way. Feel the 90s in an animal style. Dude, I promise I did not set this up, but in the last game I was talking about how games are going back to 90s and early 2000s. This proves my point right here. Maki Paws of Fury combat elements are inspired by the hit beat-em-up arcades from the 90s, while the story of Maki takes place in the original world of Pangea. Animals rule here, and they're passionate about sports, technology, and lifelong friendships. This is another game that will probably fly under the radar, and yeah, I can't really find the right words to explain it, but for some reason, I love everything this game has going for it. And the last game we're talking about is Chernobylite Complete Edition. Venture into the wasteland of Chernobyl's exclusion zone as Igor, a physicist and ex-employee of the Chernobyl power plant. Return to investigate the mysterious disappearance of your fiancé, 30 years after the infamous disaster. So let me get this straight. Their fiancé disappeared 30 years ago? And then 30 years later, they're like, you know what? Maybe I should go look for them. Strange, but who am I to judge her character, right? Battle it out with hostile military forces, other scavengers, mutated creatures, and the harsh radiated environment. Build and customize your home base to serve all your operations and expeditions. Expand and upgrade to suit your needs and those of your companions. No playthrough is the same. Your choices and actions shape your story, but no decision will satisfy everyone. Yeah, this game looks awesome. I think this game is already on other platforms. This is a complete edition, so you're getting the game as well as all of the DLC for this. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, these were the 10 best games that I could find that are coming out in December for the Switch. Now here's the crazy thing. I spent hours searching for games, right? And as of right now, Nintendo hasn't made any big announcements for December. The latest date that I could find that one of these games come out is December 13th. So these games are releasing from the 5th through the 13th. After the 13th, we have no idea what the hell is coming for the Switch. So yeah, hopefully Nintendo will come out and say something soon. As always, in the comments below, let me know your thoughts and opinions. I love hearing from you guys. And remember, if you made it to this part of the video, you're amazing, you're special, I love you. I'm not in love with you, but I do love you. And you're an amazing part of this community. So hit a like and subscribe on the way out. And follow me on Instagram because we're growing over there. We have 384 or 383 followers. I want to hit like 400 hopefully by the end of the year. So I'd appreciate a follow. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.